There are two questions you must consistently ask yourself in the workplace in relationship to your peers and support partners if you want to leverage and maximize to get there faster. It's simple. People are attracted to people who add value. Number one, are you adding value in your thought leadership, in your results, in your communication, and your follow-up with your peers and support partners? Number two, what are your feelings subconsciously about your peers and support partners? This will influence your behaviors and interactions with them, as well as how they view you, because it influences the energy that you put off daily. Today, we're going to focus on getting you to the value add portion of these types of relationships. But before we can get into that, we first have to know if we're even adding value. The number one way that I use to measure value add is when you get a stretch assignment or a promotion, are you bringing others with you? One of the things that I've always admired about great leaders and that I emulated is, wait for it, their leadership tree. The people they brought with them, whether that was changing roles, companies, industries, I look for those that follow the leader and win. And not just direct reports, but peers and support partners as well. Again, people are attracted to people who add value, which means they will follow you too. Do you have evidence of this throughout your career? If you don't, now is the time for you to use this as a personal barometer for your success and your leadership. Your success in your current role will often be dependent upon the relationship with your peers and support partners. A few support partners and peers in my career that have been champions to me beyond even their scope of responsibility are Craig, Rhonda, Roland, Keenan, Stephen, John, Eric, Will, and without fail, my fellow co-founders, Candyce and Alicia, are just a few, but definitely not all. Thank you. Now you understand it's all about value and your relationship with the peers and support partners. How do you develop these solid relationships? Here are 4 core C.O.A.R. hacks to help you, just like we talked about in maximizing your relationship with your boss in career hack number 28. Number 1, the C is for connect. Building solid relationships with your peers and support partners starts with connecting. Everyone has a job to do, and in many cases, you will need each other at varying points in crunch time to deliver results. You get what you get based upon your connection. Take time through informal and formal communication, touch bases, meetings, emails, and more to connect with people. Get to know a little bit more about them, their strengths, their passions, what their goals are, and how you can add value to what they are already doing. I took the time, for example, to connect with my peer Will in replenishment over a decade ago. He is a mathematical genius. He taught me things in Excel and Access that still make my brain hurt. And I shared everything I knew with him from an operations and merchandising standpoint. We were like family in the end and would go the extra mile for one another to not only accomplish the goal, but to exceed expectations. And it all started with our connection. Number 2, the O is for open-minded. You have to be open-minded when leading across. Yes, I said leading, because when you are working on diligently and deliberately building relationships, you are leading. What does being open-minded look like? Be open to learning from others. Be open to different opposing perspectives. This oftentimes leads to the best solutions and results. Be open to receive advice and feedback from your peers and support partners. Just showing your ability to actively listen can go a long way. Number 3, the A is for align. Just like with your leader or boss, you have to align with your peers and support partners, not just on what you're working on and the results, but also how you will get there and who is responsible and when. While your boss and your organization may define some of this, communicating for alignment between you and your peer or partner is always a step in the right direction so that there's no room for misunderstanding or confusion. Number 4, the R is for recognize and reward. You can reward your peers and support partners with recognition. You can invite them to your team building days, group luncheon, development opportunities. Be sure to mention their contribution in an authentic, affirming way whenever you can in meetings and especially in rooms they're not in. These core hacks will help you build your relationships with your peers and support partners and cultivate excellent relationships that you not only can influence, but leverage for your growth and your development in your current role as well as your future roles. To put it in a no-fluff perspective like we do at the 5-Minute Career Hack, the first hack, Connect, is all about building relationships. You never know who has relationships with who that will impact your stretch assignments, promotions, evaluation, and a raise. So it's important for you to value and build relationships with everyone you interact with on some level. And more importantly, there's influence that you can use on behalf of others by being a champion for them. Give, and it shall be given unto you. I love you.